Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Blake Blackstone, and this is UCW Weekly. I'm at the home of Humphrey J. Dupont IV. Sir, how are you tonight?
Always doing awesome. How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing all right. The question on everybody's mind is, where were you last show?
The answer to that would be none of your business, but I'm pretty sure some people said that I was out attending to some business, and we'll leave it at that. But, you know, I don't waste time, and if I wasn't there, that was a damn good reason I wasn't there, and you don't really need to know. The people that are in the know, and right now, you're not one of those people, Blackstone.
I'm not one of those people. Okay,
Just let it be known that some important things are taken care of.
Okay. Your client, Ethan Cross, retained,
Yeah.
forsaken,
Right.
and now has Jimmy Flame, November 25th, Winchester, Virginia. What are your thoughts?
You know, Jimmy Flame has done a lot with Cheap Thrills. They're a real good team. Like I said in my previous interview, they really gave Noise Pollution a good run for their money. But the difference here is you've got Ethan Cross, an accomplished singles wrestler, versus Jimmy Flame, who's used to being able to tag his partner when he's in trouble. So the difference being, he's going to be in trouble a whole lot come 25th in Winchester, but when he reaches around to tag, there's nobody there. So what happens then? He just keeps getting beat up. I've watched Jimmy Flame. Hey, Jimmy, if you're watching this, I've seen you on the beach running around, you little skivvies. Please, put a poncho on. Do everybody a favor. I mean, that's a little bit much. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen
I mean, that's a little bit much. Let's be real. Much respect for your wrestling. Much respect for your charisma. But the skivvies, none.
So you're confident that Ethan Cross will walk out television champion?
Well, I wouldn't have been. I've been with Ethan now for about 3 years. And truthfully, the combination of Ethan Cross and Humphrey J. Dupont IV, if you look back through history, I'm pretty sure we're undefeated.
Mr. Dupont, I've known you for over 5 years now.
Yeah, that's roughly correct.
You haven't always been the shadiest person.
I haven't always been the shadiest, but I've never been the shadiest person.
You've never cheated in a match at all.
Not that I...
Benefited your client.
Has there been times that maybe I've tried to do something on the up and up and maybe it didn't work out as planned? Maybe. But as far as blatant cheating, that's not something. We're known for coming in there, being able to basically play within the rules and win our matches. Fair and square.
Okay. Let's talk about something else you missed last show. One of your good buddies, Mr. Big Stuff, crowned the UCW Heavyweight Championship.
You know what? You're correct. One of my very dearest buddies, Mr. Big Stuff. Mr. Big Stuff and I would go on record say for 25 years, him and I have probably been as close as anybody I've been with in wrestling, as far as friendship. Him and I, we had a great time in the Dupont family together. Heck, I've been to Christmas at his home just last year. But all that put aside, regardless of friendship, you know, the ultimate prize is always the world title. And I'm pretty sure our resumes kind of getting pretty thick. Show after show after show, we decisively, Ethan Cross goes in there and beats somebody. 1, 2, 3. There's been no DQs, countouts. It's been 1, 2, 3, or a tap out every time. So I don't know where Mr. DeVore's got people lined up for title shots, but I know at the very front of that line, after the 25th, it better be Ethan Cross. So KR Superstar, much respect for you, Big Stuff, much love for you. But when we cross paths, all bets, all friendships are off.
I hate to tell you this, but Ethan Cross has to earn his opportunity for the Heavyweight Championship in a Battle Royal. He doesn't just get to jump to the front of the line just because he's television champion and he's undefeated.
Well, let's be clear. First of all, you never tell me anything. Never. Never, ever, never. You can speculate. The boss told you to tell me something. You tell your boss that next time he has a message, to come say it to my face. Okay. Don't send a little messenger boy with a Prince mustache.
Prince mustache.
And some Elvis Presley sideburns, yeah. And like a little junior Chia Pet JB. Guess what? This is a real full beard. It hasn't taken me 6 years to grow some sort of little Chia Pet on my face, Ron.
Okay.
Blackstone, whatever you are.
Okay. What is your history with Lord Everett DeVore?
Lord Everett DeVore and I go back quite some time. The original Ultimate Championship Wrestling, really, as I've said on numerous occasions, DeVore, Mr. Big Stuff, Fatty McNasty, myself. They're the only ones left. Only ones. And the difference between now and then was Mr. DeVore was an active participant in the ring. Now, he's He's the man here in UCW. He's the top guy. But let's be clear. DeVore and I have never seen eye to eye. We still don't see eye to eye. And if it comes down to it, there's things I could do to DeVore.
Okay. Speaking of active participation, since you want to be involved with matches lately, when are you going to put the tights on again? Will we ever see that?
Never say never. Situation arises, you never know. Right now, I'm worried about just getting there, getting Ethan Cross ready for his title defenses, and working our way towards Mr. Big Stuff. Let's talk about Ethan Cross a little bit. Ethan Cross, monster factory all the time. Every weekend he's somewhere working. He is always taking a product himself that is already the best at what he does and continues to improve himself and continues to get better and continues to fine tune. He's the champion. All these other guys have less skill set than he does.
Some would say he's the bar in UCW.
He is the bar in UCW. That's, some would say that he is the bar. Either you've been drinking at the bar and you don't know this, or you know he's the bar. Mr. Blackstone.
It's proven fact.
Proven fact. Pound for pound, there's nobody tougher. And the bottom line is, nobody's beating this guy with me in his corner. Together, we're pretty much unstoppable. I think Ethan Cross, as he proved last show, even in my absence, can hold his own. But are we a better unit? Is he a better champion with me in his corner all day long? He'd be the first one to tell you that.
So let's talk about champions. Let's go back to Mr. Big Stuff. Who's the better champion? Ethan Cross or Mr. Big Stuff?
Okay, well, let's look at the record books. One of them's defended their titles numerous times. One of them just won a belt. So I guess that remains to be seen. I wasn't there. From what I heard, it was kind of, let's say, suspicious, kind of weird circumstances. A guy got thrown back in. How'd that work? How did he win that belt? Tell me about it, Ronnie.
That does not, I don't even know. How do you win by count out either?
In a battle royal.
In a battle royal.
So all that seems a little fishy when my guy continuously is pinning people and making them tap. Big Stuff, in the past, I managed him when he was a world champion in Ultimate Championship Wrestling. Maybe you don't know this. Him and I were tag team champions in Ultimate Championship Wrestling.
Did not know that.
Yeah, how about that? So, I managed him in the Latin Lover, El Sexisto, tag team champions. We beat the Rock and Roll Express up for about 2 years straight. So I've got ties with Big Stuff like nobody believed. Nobody believed. That doesn't mean that once he puts that around his waist that we don't want to come get it. That's, belts are our uniforms. We've said that for years. That's the biggest belt of them all, and it'll look really good around Ethan Cross' waist.
Okay. So you already said that you guarantee Ethan Cross a victory. Let's go down the rest of the card.
Oh, sure.
Noise Pollution versus Vic Ramon and Michael Zamedio with Lars Madison for the tag team championship.
Ramon, known for hanging out with those wild dudes, like Vic, like Sicken and all those guys. I don't know, this is kind of a toss-up. I like Lars Madison a whole lot. The guy's obviously a sharp dresser, very a mastermind. What's that?
It's not even a real person.
I dare you to say that to his face.
He's imaginary.
In what way? He's got a blazer, he sits ringside, and he calls. To me, he's one of the best managers in wrestling. He's obviously not quite where I am, but he, in time, maybe he can get there. Probably not. That match and Rock have been on a roll there. I'm going to take them I think for cohesiveness of unit, I'm going to go with Noise Pollution here. I haven't seen enough of Mike Lamadeo and Vic Ramon as a team, but I do know they're both great singles competitors. I would not be at all surprised if they were able to pull off an upset, but I'd put my money on Noise Pollution.
With Jeffrey Bravo. You don't know much about Jeffrey Bravo because you were absent last show.
I do know something about Jeffrey Bravo.
Explain.
Jeffrey Bravo is 0-1 in UCW.
Okay.
Right now he's a loser. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So, if I recall correctly, and I know I do, Sicken lost last show, right?
Correct.
So this is the Loser Bowl. Is this for like the Loser Bowl title?
In your opinion, yes.
Am I telling facts? Did they both lose?
You are stating facts, yes.
Right. So after this match, one of them can actually go and play in the big boy pool, and the other one goes to the consolation round, the loser bracket?
Yes.
Okay. But I will say this. Both these guys are very talented. I know a lot about Bravo. I don't think he's got enough for Sicken. Sicken gave Ethan all he can handle. I can tell you, I talked to Ethan immediately after the match, and when Ethan Cross tells me he was in a fight I know his competitor brought it and was a game competitor. So I'm going to have to go with Sicken on this one. Not that I'm a fan of his in any way. I think the guy's a cheat. I think the guy just hit a red because he's trying to hide himself from local authorities. And just got himself. That's just personal opinion.
Your personal opinion, okay. The Red Scorpion makes his debut.
Wow. I've heard about the Red Scorpion. I heard if you see him in the store, he's a Red Scorpion. I'm anxious to see about the Red Scorpion. I don't know enough about him firsthand, but I've got some of my guys looking into him, and we'll know enough about him come the 25th.
We'll go one-on-one with MC123.
Wow. They better definitely put the support for the ring up that night because you got two huge guys. One that's all jolly, holly, golly, and one is just apparently only KR Superstar can control, and even those control seems like a loose word in that situation. From what I've seen from Trimmer, I feel bad for MC123. Wow, that's a lot of dude for two guys. It seems like that's a battle royal, and as far as dudes go, two huge dudes, two talented guys, but I just don't see MC123 being able to get through Trimmer. And KR Superstar again has done a great job with him. Mr. Big Stuff World Championship. Much respect for what you're doing over there, KR Superstar. You got quite a lot of good things happening in your area, and I'm proud of you guys. But again, you're on our list.
Certified Superstar Earl Smith goes one-on-one with the Hounds of Hades member Austin Shadows with Papa Stro. You have history, Papa Stro. You have history with R.L. Smith. He's came after Ethan Cross a couple times.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Papa Stro in the corner of House of Hades, right there. You've got a big plus for them. That's a guy that, heck, he was on Monday Night Nitro. Has a very storied career, and the guy's still really talented and still one of the best wrestlers out there right now. And to have him in your corner, that's like a 3-on-2 in some way. And the psychological games that he plays at ringside are a lot more different than the average guy. The guy's, he's out there. He's creepy, and him and I butted heads a few times. Right now we're seeing eye to eye, and I wish him and the House of Hades all the luck in the world because I really think they're going to get the job done.
Guarantee about November 25th in Winchester?
I can guarantee a lot of things. I can guarantee that at the end of the night, Ethan Cross will be your Ultimate Championship Wrestling Television Champion. I can guarantee at the end of the night, no matter who the world champion is, we're going to be going right to DeVore and telling him we want a match. Regardless of Battle Royal and who may win that and get the #1 contender, I'm going to go up there and post our record, our ledger of matches versus some guy who wins one little Battle Royal. When that dust settles, I'm pretty sure DeVore will realize that once again I'm right, he's wrong. So I guarantee at the end of the night that by the time we leave Winchester, we'll know when our world title shot is coming. I also guarantee a few other things. I guarantee we hurt very badly our opponent that night. It's not going to be pretty. And you know what? It's funny because when you talk about Jimmy Flame, he thinks he's pretty. This ain't going to be pretty, Jimmy. If I was you, you look like you found it pretty good down there in Florida with your little pink bathing suit on, running around, drinking cocktails. You may want to stay down there because when you come back up here on the 25th, Ethan is going to beat the hell out of you.
Fans, this Saturday, November 25th in Winchester, Ethan Cross defends against Jimmy Flame. Sale now at eventbrite.com. Keywords UCW Ultimate Collision. Until next time, I'm Blake Blackstone.
I'm Humphrey Dupont. I got one last thing to say. Right now, there's no better wrestling group out there than Ultimate Championship Wrestling. From top to bottom, from the head of the company to the guy who puts the ring together, there's no better group of guys and there's no better group of talent out there in Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina. Do yourself a favor. Go out in your yard, get all your aluminum cans up, take them and cash them in for money, and come out and get yourself a seat on the 25th in Winchester. It'll be money well spent. Collision, Ultimate Championship Wrestling. Wrap it up.
Thank you for joining us this week on UCW Weekly. Once again, I am Blake Blackstone. This is Humphrey Dupont. Have a good night.